My name is Appelusa, and this is 1 foot turns, also known as 3 turns. We're turning from forwards to backwards and backwards to forwards on 1 foot. I'll even give you some dance skate variations to do. So stay tuned, watch all the way till the end, and don't forget to subscribe. If you do like this channel, that would be awesome. Let's get started. What we're gonna start off with today is 1 foot turns with a change of foot. So you'll notice I'm going from my left foot to my right foot. Okay, I am turning towards the left for this first version. I'm gonna start kind of with some really good technique and foundation. So if you have a sturdy countertop, probably a chair isn't gonna be the best option here, but this is just for demonstration purposes. I'm gonna start off on my left foot. Technically, I'll be turning from forwards to backwards on 1 foot. So we are gonna be pressing down on the inner big toe wheel. I'm turning towards the left. I'm standing on my left foot. I'm gonna press the inner big toe wheel down. I'm gonna rotate my hips as far as I can get them and then isometrically pull my heel around my big toe wheel. The key is turning the hips and shoulders as far as you can, and you'll even feel that start to tug on your heel, and just go with that and pull that heel around the big toe wheel. You may have to lift your wheels up just slightly depending on how sticky they are. I have outdoor wheels on, so they are pretty sticky. If you have indoor wheels on, they should slide on the surface that you're skating on pretty easily, so you will just have to monitor there. What you don't want is a big giant lift of the heel wheels. It should be more of a slide or just a little bit of a lift. One other thing is you don't want to be leaning towards your countertop. Keep your center alignment, keep your core lifted. This should just be a little bit of an extra help. Also, if you're out of alignment, you'll find that your skate is rolling in a U shape or it's rolling away from you. You have to have center alignment with your body lifted, core engaged, and you're pressing down on that big toe wheel as hard as you can. It's like I've nailed it into the floor. It's not going anywhere. You're keeping your head over your big toe wheel, knee is soft, you're rotating from your center, and then you pull. So let's do the second turn, which is the backwards to forwards turn. So I'm going to imagine that I'm backwards here on my right foot. I'm going to press on the inner heel wheel this time. By press, I don't mean lean. It is just a press of the foot. You don't see my upper body trying to help out there. I'm rotating again as far as I can, and then the toes will pull the rest of the way. So they might lift slightly. They might just pull so your wheels are gliding on the surface. When you end your turn, you will be pressing in the center of your foot. You will not stay back on the heel. We do start on the inner heel wheel to pivot. Again, I've glued it down. I've nailed it down. It's not going anywhere. And I'm going to rotate and pull the toes the rest of the way. You may want to go ahead and drill that for 5 or 10 minutes, but if you're ready to try this rolling, please make sure you have your body lifted and you're using your core. I'm going to put my left hand in front. It's a really good guide to see how far I've turned my hips and shoulders, and then I can pull my heel the rest of the way. So I'm going to start on my left foot. Weight is over the big toe wheel. Now, if I really press super hard, I might curve on an inside edge. Once you start the turn, you will want to dig in on that big toe wheel. But just to set up, you might want to be a little more center with the weight forward towards the big toe wheel. Rotate, 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 and pull. Rotate, 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 and pull. So I'm digging in on that big toe wheel on the turn. As I rotate my hips and shoulders, I'm slightly lifting and pulling the heel around the big toe wheel. When you end the turn, just a reminder, weight is in the center. You might even want to drill rolling backwards in your end position just to make sure you're not doing anything funky or any funky edges, that you're able to roll straight back. Hit that end position and hold. Now let's try that second turn. The second turn is backwards to forwards. Just as a reminder, I'm turning my hips and shoulders. I'm pressing the inner heel wheel without leaning, and then I'm lifting the toes and ending on a pressing in the center of the foot. So I'm rolling backwards on my right foot. I'm rotate, 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 and pull. And you can see I'm square on the landing. Let's go ahead and put those together. Left foot, change right foot. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Change feet, rotate, rotate. And there you go. Now you can start to add a little bit more speed to that. You do want to make sure you're ending up halfway around and you're not going part of the way, because if you're just ending up sideways, your wheels will catch and it will be a mess. So make sure that you're getting halfway around completely before you switch feet and do the next foot. If you've already drilled that 100 times and you know that you're doing it with good technique, go ahead and speed it up. All right, for you lefties out there, or if you're goofy footed, or if you just want to turn to the right for some reason, you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to put your right hand in front, start off on the big toe wheel of your right foot, rotate, 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 and pull your heel wheels around. So we're turning to the right, we're on our right foot from forwards to backwards. So we can go ahead and try that rolling, rotate, rotate, and end. Now that second turn, we'll be pressing on the inner heel wheel of the left foot. You'll rotate to the right, lift the toes, and there you go. So you can practice it going both directions. Always good to practice both directions, even if you don't like one way. It's really good for your skating to challenge your balance. Okay, now we're going to try a version where you're just staying on the same foot. I'm sort of picking some of the easier 3 turns for you. You do have to know which wheel you're supposed to press, going which direction. If you don't press on the proper wheel, your wheels aren't going to slide around and it could be disastrous. So do pay attention to where you're pressing. Again, I'm going to turn to the left, but I'm going to stay on my right foot. Going to the left, stay on the right foot. Trusty chair is back. First turn is pressing on the baby toe wheel. My head is over the baby toe wheel. I'm not leaning towards the chair. I'm going to rotate, 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 and pull the heel around the baby toe wheel this time. You don't really want your heel wheels to come up. Try to slide them as much as possible for that one. The second one you already know, we're pressing the inner heel wheel to turn forward and slightly lifting the toe wheels. Here we go, pressing the baby toe wheel. Now you will notice that I'm just tucking my free leg in here. It is good to just keep that contained. Your free leg has a lot of weight to it, so if it is kind of going all over the place, it is going to throw your balance off. Same thing with your arms. If you're just letting your arms do whatever they want, they are going to affect your balance. So while you're learning this, it's a good idea to tighten up. Once you've got this and you've mastered it, do whatever you want with your arms. In fact, I'll give you some free leg variations today if you're already at that point. Okay, next up we've got a little bit of a funky variation. So I'm going to start with my right foot in front with the heel wheels on the floor. So I'm sort of rolling in this position. Now when I do the turn to the left, I'm going to turn to the left and do the first turn we started off with. I'm going to pick my foot up and bring it in. But then I'm going to turn back to the right. So it's going to kind of look like this. I'm turning to the left and I'm turning back to the right. So you'll notice when I turn to the left, I bring my free leg in. When I turn back to the right, I start in position 1 with the heel on the floor. So it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, or 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. How about that? Same position. 1, 2, 1. Now I'm keeping my arms in this position, my left arm to the side, my right arm in front for better balance. You notice that I'm keeping my head looking straight ahead. I'm not turning my head as I rotate. I'm basically just doing this. So when you got the hang of that, we can go a little faster. And let's try that with the other foot. So putting my left heel wheels on the floor, I'm turning to the right and bringing the free leg in and coming back to 1 with my heel wheels on the floor. The first turn to the right, pressing the inner big toe wheel, and then lifting the toes. So you can kind of think, lift the heel, lift the toes, lift the heel, lift the toes. And maybe if you really got the hang of it, you don't put your foot down at all. Okay, now the second variation of that is adding a little bit of a toe stop assist. So from that first position going to the left, when I rotate to the left, I'm going to put my toe stop down on the ground and then come back to 1 with the heel wheels. So look like this. A little hard with sticky wheels. Now you can use the toe stop to kind of push you a little bit around, so it's almost like going toe heel, and it's helping you pull that heel around of your standing foot. So you can try both variations and see what works for you. And try it going to the right, heel wheels on the floor, and toe heel. Back to one, toe heel, back to one, toe heel. Once you have some music, you can start to bend those knees a little bit, find those beats. I hope you enjoyed one foot turns. Please subscribe so you never miss a tutorial, and I'll see you next time.